Good afternoon and welcome back to another ironic introduction to another video. Today I have the last war of the season and my season war rewards. This is Path 5 with Blade and Ebony Maw. It is an ebb and flow knockdown, so they take a significant amount of reduced damage unless you knock them down, and then the cooldown for the protection starts. And you get a short window of regular damage. I am here because I'd rather take the Blade and Ebony Maw than the Brute Force Strike, Counter, Fury, Mordo that was on my lane, because I wanted to bring Omega Red, like the full team, just to like have the, best of synergies there, and this allows me to not have to bring a counter for my lane. Blade goes down really easy. The protection triggered at the end there, but that's okay. Had enough damage that I wasn't really concerned about, the protection. He was very low. Next up we have Ebony Maw, and now I didn't realize how potentially annoying this Ebony Maw would be, because you do have to re-parry a lot of times in order to get like the stun, and a lot of times you go straight into a heavy, because I believe it's only his first medium, so if you're not playing the fight right, it's like his first medium and his first light. I actually don't remember. I just use a re-parry method. You can see here, I misjudged the distance on heavying, so I thought I could heavy counter. It didn't work out in my advantage. It's okay, Ebony Maw hits like a twig, and now I'm stuck in the corner. Heavy hitter means that my heavy there didn't counter his. I threw my SP1 just out of panic, hoping I could get a counter there as well. Very unfortunate. Not doing great this fight, but here I know now that I can't counter the heavy, so I'm going to go for a medium heavy SP1, get some of my health back, place the degen, and then kind of trickle this Ebony Maw down. Not the best fight, but he hits like a twig. I was able to recover fairly easily, and I did get the one shot. Again, not the best fight, but it works. So next up I have this Korg. I healed up before the fight. I popped a bunch of boosts, and we're gonna go in. I think this is actually like one of my best Mixmaster Korg takedowns. It just worked really well in my favor. You can see here he starts with a Purify. I do dodge the heavy and I don't trigger Dex. That was really nice. I don't think this guy is running Limber, so after I trigger my parry, I've got like a really long period of time on that. You can see here I trigger the evade, but I actually use that intentionally to get a free parry. Sometimes he'll throw his SP1 there, which is very unfortunate, but if you're lucky and you go straight for the parry, you either block the SP1 or you get a free parry stun, and it's a really cheeky way to keep aggressive playstyle with Omega Red and keep the spores on like super crazy high. I accidentally triggered Stubborn there, so a forced block caused him to dash in. I was able to get a re-parry stun and just absolutely deleted. Honestly, one of my best Korg takedowns. Felt really good. So next up I have this Doom. My ally mate jumped in with Torch and just got clipped. And it's one of the unfortunate realities of this fight here is you get clipped by a single special. That's it, you're dust. So I'm just jumping in with Omega Red while boosted. From the Korg fight, we actually coordinated it just in case he needed backup. So I'm going to jump in and just blast him down. That's really the intention. I do accidentally take this hit to the face. That's actually lag. You can see it in the video, which is actually really nice because then I don't sound like I'm crazy. I was holding block, and he just hit through my block. I do believe it was a lag spike. I think that caused the input to drop. Very unfortunate, but that's okay. He was low enough that it didn't matter. Next up, I have a Stark Enhanced Spider-Man. Nothing crazy here. Just got to be mindful of the evade that can kind of trip you up. I go for a series of re-parries there that I just completely missed every single re-parry. Very unfortunate, but I am able to eventually get the parry, lock in my my degen, and here I'm looking for a good opening to drop my heavy and then a special one. And I'm gonna get a trickle of health, but not the full healing there, so it is what it is, but I did get a little bit of health back from the chip damage. Next up is an Iron Man Infinity War. The goal here with Omega Red is to just blast him, never dex so I don't trigger Buffet, and it goes pretty well. I'm full boosted for this fight here as well. War is pretty close at this point. Not like super close, but they definitely have a sizable lead, but we're still hoping that if we play the boss table right, and if they die more times than we do, maybe we can pull out a win. But also, it's important to get as many attack bonuses here as possible, because we are right there on the cusp of Platinum 3. You can see here, solid decks, I block the SP1, and now I'm just going to go for a heavy counter to lock in my degen. From here, it's only heavies, because I don't want to accidentally trigger the auto block. Here, super awesome, he goes for that heavy right under the 15% window. I'm going to throw my SP1 just to drain the clock so he doesn't throw specials. I'm not stuck taking extra check damage, and he goes down. I really like Omega Red for that fight, just because of the like crazy degen damage. Really helps you deal with you know, Iron Man Infinity War. So next up, I'm going to go into this Domino fight and try to take her out. At this point, actually, I had already checked like how close we were in the war. It wasn't super close anymore. They actually had a pretty sizable lead, so I'm not going to heal up, but I'm also very confident I can take this fight, you know, with Omega Red, and if I do screw up, it's going to be pretty SOL anyways. A really delayed heavy lets me lock in that degen right in the nick of time. You can see here she goes lucky, so I back off. I get my heavy opening here as well, lock the degens in again. This is 3 degens I've locked in, and from here it's really just a matter of parry stalling. I want to get that degen locked in again while the scores are high. She does have 2 Furies, so I have to start kind of keeping my eye on that. That's kind of one of the downsides of going into this fight boosted. So you do have a lot more health, but you also risk triggering more Furies. Unlucky on that heavy means no degen. Here, the first one, again, unlucky, but I do get it on the second one. That's really where a lot of my damage comes in because of this rage node, so I really needed that to work out well. I do not get the degen there. That's super unfortunate. I missed the heavy timing there because I thought I'd gotten the reparry, but I didn't. It failed. So I threw my L2 to prevent myself from taking a combo to the face. She is unblockable, but a very aggressive special 2 from her allows me to go in for another combo and finish up the fight. That could have been really dicey, but I had put enough damage in before the unblockable triggered that I was totally fine. And then again, at this point, I think I'm more concerned with reserving items, because I'm going to show that they've got like a 32 kill lead. So I'm not super concerned with one-shotting this Nick. I want to. Like, I'm going to go for the one-shot. It's not like I'm playing around it, but I'm not going to super heal because it's just not worth it. I'm pretty low on items at this point. Well, not like pretty low. I've got like, I think 14 or so. He does start with the heavy, so I accidentally trigger the stubborn. But my goal here essentially is to take him down without, you know, losing OR and without having to heal. It's an item conservation thing. So I'm going to go in, drop my heavies, get the degens going, knock him pretty low. I don't want to hit him too much because I do want to, you know, keep him like low enough where I can get a stun and then drop my degen in right when he's going to drop into the next phase. But I also am constantly holding blocks super early. That's why you see I'm getting re-parries instead of an initial parry after, because I don't want him to throw his L1. He throws his L1 in the middle of my heavy there. Very unfortunate. I just stalled too long on dropping the heavy. As a result, I don't lock the degen in when the next phase triggers. I am going to use a strike counter option here to get my damage window, and then I will punish this heavy with a heavy to get my degen in. He's at 24%. I get another 4 full combo in here. I'm able to attempt to punish that heavy, and I just dashed in either too slow or too late. I was right in the middle, and that does end up getting me killed. I tagged my alliance and said, hey, he's at 11%, but then I was like, hey, I'm full boosted, might as well jump in with Red Guardian. I could just use the perfect block to my advantage, find an opening off of either a heavy or a medium ending combo from Nick. I'm going to go in, drop my L1, and he's dead. Benefit of full boost, it's nothing crazy. And then this next fight, now, by this time, the situation had actually changed. It's actually really close here again. They did end up dying a lot. So on the hopes that maybe we can pull out a win, you know, back and forth war, I healed up Omega Red, counterintuitive, I know, and I jump into this thing fight. He's at 68%. Someone jumped in with Stealth Suit Spider-Man and got a pretty good chunk. I accidentally trigger Stubborn there, and then I take a couple hits to the face. Not ideal. You can see I'm not having a really good start on this fight, but I'm finally able to lock in my spores at 12 and start that degen phase. I'm able to punish that double medium from Thing to get my hits in, and then another opportunity to relock in the spores. From here, all I need to do is get a 5-hit in. I accidentally mess up the block timing, which is super awkward, but I am able to get my 5-hit in after that, and from here, it's just about looking for an opening for an SP2, but he's just going to heavy, pummel into my block, heavy, and he's really going to just heavy spam until he's at an L3, which is really unfortunate, you'll see here. And you're going to see he pummels me over and just over again, so I'm going to panic L3 at this point, just because I'm really screwed. I'm in the corner. This is going to drain some of his power, give me some of it back. And it's not ideal, but I didn't really have much of a choice. And he is going to be unstoppable as a result of me pushing him up to 16 spores. And of course, he goes straight into an L2. So now I only have 3 hits. You can see here as he punishes me into the corner, I kind of panicked there. I dropped my L2. I thought it would give me enough space that I could recover and go into a block window again. Didn't work. I could have passed it off to someone else. I'm not going to lie, that fight really pissed me off. So I healed up and I did it again. This time I'm able to get the heavies locked in super early. So I've got the, spores ticking up there and the degen trickling away at this thing. You can see here that another solid heavy into a heavy counter. I'm able to get the spores above 20 pretty early on. Bring him straight to an L2. He goes straight into it. I don't trigger stubborn. That was really ideal. And from there, I can really control the fight. It's really just getting that first super aggressive L2 that really determines a lot for the fight for me. I'm going to L2 intercept here. I am going to take an L1 to the face, but that's okay. He dies in the middle of it. Not the best thing takedown. Just really unfortunate, but we did get Plat 3. We ended up losing that war, but it didn't matter. So I'm going to have 3 5-stars, which I'll pop, and a 6-star crystal here, which is like the biggest rewards I've ever gotten from Alliance War. I'm pretty stoked. I'm not gonna lie, going in, I was fully expecting to get memed on this 6-star crystal. I can't help it, like, I've had some crazy luck, and eventually that luck has to die off. You can only hit hot for so long. So I spin the 6-star crystal out right away, hoping that maybe it'll land on something good. 2 people in my alliance got 6-star Corvus Glaives. Lucky them. I get an Ant-Man. That's okay. It's a solid synergy. I do use it kind of frequently. It's neat. It's a new champion for Arena. These are the things I tell myself. That's okay. I have Long Shot to cry my tears into. Next, I'm going to pop open 3 5-star crystals. Now, I could wait for the classes, but I wanted to pop them all for this video, just to have kind of like a relatively small/big opening here at the end. I got Call Obsidian, Namor, and Iceman. They're all dupes. Call brings it up to like Sig 60. Namor is max Sig. And Iceman's a Sig level I don't really care about. But that's the last war of my season. Super stoked about that Plat 3, that Tier 2 Alpha, the 8% of the Tier 5 class catalyst. That looks great. And also just a really great war season. My alliance carried me through a lot of wars. I do felt like I chipped in a bit on the Korgs. Hopefully next season is even better. That said, as always, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.